what I might recommend is doing the meditation of noting your feelings. It's always really good to have these moments where you recognize how you're thinking, what you're thinking about, and the underlying emotion connected to these feelings. So with this, I'll go through it as we're meditating, but really if a thought comes up, just take a note of it during the meditation once you recognize that you've started to think, and then see what the underlying emotion is to that thought, right? So is there a sense of happiness, joyfulness, maybe a little sense of anger, sadness, right? Whatever you're feeling, just put a little label on it and then you just let it go. And so I'll go through this with you as we meditate. But before we start meditating, I'm going to pull a card. And so this one is Story of My Life. As I tell myself the story of what's happening in my life, I choose to make it the kind of story where even the tough parts have a sort of inner beauty. It's ultimately a happy story where every character, no matter how wicked, is doing their best. And let me tell you, it'll be worth it when I earn the Pulitzer Prize for Best Inner Monologue. So they're just fun, cute, but they're good just reminders. So, okay, let's get started. Let's all just be comfortable if you're sitting. Just try to have a straight enough back where it's not too straight, but just comfortable. If you're on the ground, again, try to be able to have a straight back. And then if you're laying down, it's totally fine. Just be comfortable and try again to have a straight back. Your feet can be wherever, your arms, it's comfortable to have them on your lap. Sometimes it even feels good to have your palms up. If you're sitting in a chair, if you're laying down, just gives you that openness to receiving any energy that you might feel like you need or that is just out there for you. So then let's take one really deep breath in through our nose, then exhale through our mouth. And then take another deep breath in through our nose. And on the next exhale, if you haven't closed your eyes already, feel free to close your eyes. Or you can have a nice soft gaze to the ground or just find a focal point if you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes. And then take a second to recognize all the sounds around you. What do you hear? Maybe you hear some heat, fan, a computer, some cars, maybe you hear some birds. Just notice them. And then as you hear the sounds, again, notice them and then very gently, non-judgmentally, let the sounds go. And maybe we check in with our body, see how we're feeling today. It doesn't have to be really in depth. You just want to check in, see how you're feeling, note it, and then go to the next part of your body. So you can start with the bottom of your feet if that feels comfortable to you. Just see how you're feeling. Is there a sense of tightness? Maybe a sense of lightness? Maybe your feet feel heavy today. Maybe there's just a sense of calmness. It's up to you. Don't think about it too much. Just recognize it and then move on to the next part of your body all the way to the top of your head. And then when you get to the top of your head, I invite you to take a few really deep breaths in. So take one really deep breath in through your nose, and then exhale through your mouth. Take another really deep breath in through your nose, and then exhale through your mouth any negative thoughts that you might have currently. And then take one more deep breath in through your nose and breathe in that positive energy. And then as you exhale, release the negative energy. And then bring your attention to your breath. And we'll focus our attention on our breath for the remainder of the meditation. And remember, if a thought comes into your mind, that's fine. Don't judge it. Just recognize it. Make a note of how you're feeling, how the connection is to that thought. Maybe there's a sense of happiness, joyousness. Maybe there's a sense of anger, frustration, anxiety, whatever the emotion is, just take a note of it. Maybe you don't have any emotion connected to it, so you can just say nothing and then bring your attention back to your breath. If your mind wanders, that's fine. It's totally normal. Just make a note of the emotion that's connected to your wandering mind. And then very mindfully and non-judgmentally, bring your attention back to your breath. And maybe let your mind wander and be free to whatever you've been trying to think about. And then maybe you feel the weight of your body against the seat or the ground or whatever is holding you up. And then maybe you wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Maybe you hear the sounds start coming back to life. And may you have peace in your mind. May you have peace in your words. And may you have peace in your heart. Let's all take one final deep breath in through our nose. And on the next exhale, whenever you're ready, feel free to flutter your eyes open if they're closed. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and Thursday. Thank you for spending this time for me and this time with me, and I'm grateful for all of you. It's really wonderful to have this group. So thank you all. Have a nice weekend.